For Spring Summer 26, Rab have updated their sleeping bag collection. Now Rab's always had a strong range of sleeping bags. In fact, down is basically where the brand made their name. Now we're going to start at the top of the mountain with the Mythic, which is very much their top end mountaineering sleeping bag. Now this is designed for when it is absolutely important that you get the lightest and warmest sleeping bags. It uses the premium quality hydrophobic down, and it has a comfort limit of -12. In fact, the comfort limit you see on the bag here is now spread across the rest of the Rab collection. It gives us an obvious indication of the temperature that you are going to be able to sleep in. So the Mythic obviously comes at a premium. It does, after all, feature all the technologies that Rab have on offer, and it uses the premium quality down. So if you're looking for something slightly more affordable, you've got the Neutrino just here. So where the Mythic features a 900 fill power down, the Neutrino features an 800 fill power down. So it's maybe slightly less packable, but this is still a really, really premium sleeping bag. Again, designed with people who are mountaineering in mind, or hill walking and trekking and looking for a light and warm bag. This features Rab's Loft 3D and Loft baffling. And the idea behind both of those is to eliminate those cold spots. So you want to make sure that no warm air escapes the bag and that it's all kept inside close to you, keeping you nice and hot. Next up, we're going to wander over this way. Got the Alpine. So the thing about this is that it's a really good bag. Whilst it is in that third tier down, this had been the top of the range sleeping bag in yesteryear. This has a 650 fill power down, so again, it's a bit more affordable, a little bit less packable. This has slightly more generous size too. So next up is the Ascent. Now this is a slightly broader bag, and as a result, it's just more comfortable for more casual camping use. It's still really warm, has 650 fill power down, so it's still a high quality. It's not quite as packable, but for the usage that this would be required for, maybe more car camping or more casual backpacking, you don't necessarily need it to go down as small. Great. Last but by no means least, you have the Radion, which is their synthetic offering. Now this is the most affordable bag within the collection. It's not the most packable, synthetic never is, but this is definitely the one if you're looking to buy something on a budget. The Radion features Rab's Stratus Warm Wave synthetic insulation. The other benefit of that is it does keep you warm when wet, if that's a concern that you may have. All of these bags are coming out in Spring Summer 26, and we hope to be reviewing some as soon as they arrive. In recent years, stove systems have become increasingly popular with an integrated burner and pan unit. It just makes things nice and simple, and there's fewer things to forget. For Spring Summer 26, Primus are bringing out the Light Ultra, which is, as the name suggests, an exceptionally lightweight model, but not at the cost of functionality. One of the issues with some stove systems that are available is their lack of versatility. They can be really good at boiling snow or boiling water, but not actually that good at cooking things with an inability to simmer. Within the Light Ultra, that is not the case. Not only do you have a good amount of flame adjustment, but you also have the option to put these 3 pins into the base of the stove, which allows you to use ordinary pans. Now the pan it comes with locks in place, which just means it's nice and secure, and it has a heat exchanger on the base. On the top, it has space to drink from, or space through which to sieve through whatever it is that you're cooking within. And finally, it has a piezo igniter so that you don't have to remember that lighter. We're looking forward to getting one to review as and when it comes out next year. For Spring Summer 2026, MSR have brought out an updated version of the Hubba Hubba NX in the form of the Hubba Hubba LT and the Hubba Hubba HD. Now the LT stands for light, and in terms of its weight, it's very similar to the Hubba Hubba NX, but there are some big differences in terms of the livable space within it. Now when it comes to its footprint, what MSR have identified is that more and more people are using bigger sleeping mats, not least because bigger sleeping mats have just become so much lighter in recent years that more and more people are using them. Now within this, there is 2 of Therm-a-rest's new Neo Loft pads, which are absolutely huge and really comfy, and they fit in perfectly. Now not only have MSR changed the bottom of the tent, but also the crossbar too, and they've made it 10 centimeters wider. Now this means that when you're sitting up in the tent, you've just got that bit more space to do so without banging onto the nylon behind you. So these improvements are largely made with the quality of the experience in mind. It's just nicer to live in when you're out and about. Now when it comes to the HD version, the heavy duty model, it features the exact same dimensions, but the materials are slightly different. So they use a harder wearing, more burly outer material. And then in addition to that, that also has a higher hydrostatic head, meaning it's more waterproof. We'll be getting one into review, not least because Dan Bailey, our gear editor, really wants one, and he'll be writing up that review as soon as possible. For Spring Summer 26, Sea to Summit are bringing out the Ultralight XR. So this is the thermal version of their ultralight sleeping mat. Now they've moved away from the hollow fibre fill that it used to have in favour of a thermal core reflective technology. Now the benefit of this is it's both lighter and warmer. It comes in at 415 grams in a regular size and has an R value of 3.6. So if you are looking for something that's lightweight but is also going to keep you warm, then this is a really strong option. It's also got a really small pack size. Now the other thing you notice within all Sea to Summit sleeping mats like this is the way in which they're constructed means that they're exceptionally quick to inflate. The sprung cells mean that it doesn't actually take much air at all to inflate, and you end up using the stuff sack to get all the air in. So it takes no time whatsoever for it to be pumped up and comfortable. It retails £150 in a regular and will be out next year. OMM have always produced some innovative stuff. Things like their core fleeces and their Camlyca waterproofs. This is the Ether, which is their new Biodyneema reinforced nylon waterproof jacket. Now, what does that mean? The long and short of it is incredibly tough. One of the worst things you can ever do within a waterproof jacket is rip it. And the chances of you being able to rip this jacket are pretty slim. It is about as robust as jackets like this come. And it's something that you could use, obviously for running, mountain marathons, which is the heritage of OMM as a brand, but you could also use climbing and mountaineering as well. It would definitely serve dual purpose. Now perhaps the most remarkable thing in the backdrop of the durability is its weight. The men's comes in at 212 grams and the women's in 200 grams. It's really light. And the other thing is that it's incredibly waterproof as well, with a 20,000 ml hydrostatic head. It's got some cool features to it, with the first being the thumb loops, which you can remove if necessary. That just provides that extra protection for your hands when it is the world's worst weather. And the other thing is the hood. It's a nice roomy hood. It's not necessarily helmet compatible, but it's definitely more spacious than your average. These are available to buy now and come in at a recommended retail price of £380. For autumn winter 25, Montane are bringing out the Alta XT, which is their Scottish winter spec Gore Pro jacket. And for spring summer, they've got the Alta Light. So whereas the Alta XT has a burly 70 denier outer material, Alta Light has a 40 denier. Now Montane have really looked at the whole garment breathability within this. So whereas some brands may just look at a segment of the material, what Montane have tried to do with this is make it as efficient as possible, removing as much tape as they possibly can, because that's the stuff that's going to hinder the breathability of the jacket. So this is the average amount of tape. It's 6 meters of tape, which is the amount that Montane have managed to remove from their old jackets compared to the new. This is designed with mountaineering in mind, so whether that's in the summer, in the Alps, or in Scotland in winter. But you could use it for just about anything really. It's got a really nice, simple feature set, just a couple of pockets, and the cut is fantastic. Really well articulated so that you're capable of moving your arms above your head without it riding too much up around the hem. This is going to be available in Spring Summer 26 and we'll look to get one to review as soon as they're available. For Spring Summer 26, Sprayway are releasing their CWT collection. It's Cape Wrath Trail. Now the CWT jacket fits into that niche which was left by Gore Packlight, which is no longer available, and instead features a hydro-dry material. It features a 25,000mm hydrostatic head and a polypropylene membrane. So the thing about this is that it's exceptionally light and also exceptionally packable, but at the same time really waterproof as well. Like most other products within the Sprayway collection, it's got a slightly more generous cut, so a medium feels a little bit more like a medium plus, and it's something that you can wear layers beneath. This is the perfect kind of jacket for the Cape Wrath Trail. The other jacket within the collection is the CWT Active TL. This features a windproof nylon outer and a synthetically insulated inner, but they are able to separate from each other, so they're very versatile. Now that synthetic inner is using Primaloft Active, which is a really interesting material. It's highly insulating, but it's also highly breathable. It's almost 100% air permeable. This is great for keeping you warm on those wet days whilst wicking sweat away from your body. Now if it does get colder, you've got that windproof outer, which fundamentally changes it into an insulated jacket. It's a really good combination. And both of these are available independent of each other for £220. Nikwax have always been at the forefront of aftercare within the outdoor industry, and Tech Wash and TX Direct are the go-to products for people looking to wash and proof their waterproof products. This has become even more important in recent years as jackets have reduced the number of PFCs or become PFAS free, because they can become more prone to getting oils and dirt on them. And this is where Stain Scrub comes in. This is effectively a pre-wash designed to be used before you put it into your washing machine on stains that will need a bit more scrubbing than your washing machine will be able to provide. This is also PFAS free and also has no harmful chemicals or bleach, so it is going to protect your jacket too. It comes in 125ml bottles and is available for $7.99 now. Earlier this year, Scarpa released the Ribelle Run 2. Now that's a shoe designed with both trail, fell, sky running in mind, but also doubled as a fantastic approach shoe. Now Scarpa have recently designed the Ribelle Cross 2, which very much transfers that DNA into a shoe with hiking in mind. Now first things first, it comes in a jazzy array of colours, and there is a boot or mid version also available. So the shoe itself has quite a stiff and supportive feel. There isn't a great deal of flex within the sole, but it has a dual density EVA midsole, and that gives it quite a soft and plush feel on the foot. Going back to the sole, Scarpa have definitely put a good British sole unit on this. It has 6mm lugs and it's got a good break across the instep. Now the long and short of this is if you're descending, say, steep, wet, grassy, muddy, boggy hillsides, which is, let's face it, the British mountains, then this is exactly the sort of thing you want. And this also features a Gore-Tex liner as well, so your feet will stay dry, providing you don't get water in the top. For Spring Summer 26, Silva have massively updated and improved their pole collection. And here we have the running pole, which is a carbon pole. Now the carbon within this has been updated and again upgraded for 2026, as has the amazing glove handle. The handle itself is made of cork, which is much nicer to hold than the likes of foam or plastic. And the quick release glove system has become essential amongst ultra running community. This is a particularly comfortable glove too, really easy to fit on either next to skin or over the top of the glove that you happen to be wearing. There's the option of getting fixed or adjustable models, and they each come with two differing mud baskets, a smaller one and a snow basket as well. The fixed model is £135 per pair and the adjustable model is £150. And if you prefer something a little bit harder wearing, there is an aluminium version also available. It's finally worth mentioning that all the parts within this are replaceable too, and that Silva holds stock in the UK.